Hello and welcome to A Voice of Generation X with Andrea Lambert and special guest Alicia Pulver. Today we're going to be talking about what victimization means as a woman and how to avoid it and how sometimes it's impossible. So, heavy topic, strap in. We have today,
I mean, if you ever want to know about how to survive it, I can let you know.
please do, we would.
This is going to be emotional, but
Okay,
ask me anything.
well, I guess just tell your story as you wish to tell it
I
to the
think
people.
that I started modeling too young, but not everyone's a model. I just had like a womanly figure when I was 13. No, 11, pardon me. And I've had I can't even count how many stalkers. And here's the three things that I wish I did not do that I do now. It's that I walk around without having a good friend next to me. You should always have a protective animal with you. A dog. I suggest don't get a toy chihuahua. Don't do don't do that. You also have to make sure you have really close friends or close family that you can talk to
Mhm.
at all times, that know who you are, because now with AI it's going to get worse.
Oh my God.
That's what the police told me. Ask me some questions, Andrea. It's
Okay,
your show.
okay. I guess tell your story is pretty broad. Okay, what would you say is the primary thing you've noticed puts people at risk, and what would you say is the primary thing that keeps them out of danger?
Okay, the primary thing of people at risk is the fact that they go around by themselves.
What helps people keep people out of danger?
Small can of bear spray and having a dog.
Yeah, I don't
Because
have a.
everyone has to have a walk.
Yeah, I mean, I've started adding that to my day, and it's so nice, but I do wonder, look both ways.
Yeah,
And
and also you can't be in complete paranoia. You can't do that.
yeah, I mean, the one thing
Because
that kept me safe for a long time was never leaving my house, but that's a stifling and boring way to live. After a certain point, I started to want to change, so I
yeah,
just
I mean, I think that people actually could benefit from this.
yeah, but I feel
Uh,
like you should.
when I first started being stalked, I was, I think, 14. That was my first stalker.
Hmm.
And I had never been sexually intimate with anyone, and I don't know if it's because I'm 5'11" with red hair. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. But what matters is the way that I was behaving, and it still continues because I'm a free spirit. I throw the earpods in, listen to music, and I go along with my life, but that's not is what's good if people are stalking you. So I'm like, that the person's not following me. And then I thought it was very strange because there were two guys that kept following me. So I tried to do a different street, and
Hmm.
another street, and then of course I twisted my ankle. But that always happens. So like I always twist my ankle.
Oh, mhm.
Not the whole story, but what you can do, make sure you can get bear spray, just a small version, and also beyond that, start taking different routes.
That's a really good one. That's one I hadn't thought of, but that's a really good one. I mean, when I lived in San Francisco, it was a lot more dangerous, and I remember I adopted a certain way of walking down the street that involved scanning way far ahead
But also having
and
having a
with
canine is
people.
like
Yeah,
one of the best things.
I'm a
Like,
cat person,
li-
but for other people that might help. Definitely.
Well, especially if they want to walk around like I do.
Yeah, yeah. I don't walk around as much. I just don't feel safe and I'm scared.
I mean, I like to sprint every
Oh,
day.
that's
Like,
good. Yeah.
I look like I have like a triple chin right now.
It's okay. It's always weird on recording. Like, remember the last time this thing was it kept falling down, and it was getting this like weird view of me. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I
you're
don't
much
want them
better.
to see what happened on my neck.
Yeah, there you go. Like a scarf.
So basically, I never thought that it was popular until I had to become popular.
Mm.
Like, you have to have friends or family that loves you. If you don't have that, you have nothing. That's not true
Well,
because there
no,
are people
you have
out there
things,
that
but
don't.
they're the things, more like tactile things.
But we'll be friends with them.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, there was a time when I first.
I will be friends with them. Like,
That's
over
good.
the
That's
phone.
good.
Like, of
Important.
course. Like, I'm a part of the Model Alliance.
That's
Come on.
good. That's good. And if you want to talk about the Model Alliance, this is a good time.
So I'm vice president of the Model Alliance. I used to be president. I had to take a step down for the eating disorder unit. Uh, a lot of the times, people that are abused, their eating disorder comes on again. So I'm willing to talk to whomever. And by the way, I give complete anonymity. That's it. That's in my contract.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you know, it doesn't always have to be females that have been assaulted. Sometimes it's males, and they don't know who to turn to. They don't know who to ask. I have so many different like things to help them out with,
Is there
and I've
anywhere
been
online
seeing.
where they can find resources that you would recommend?
Um, let's see, 211 if they're in LA, 211,
Okay.
and they can give them all kinds of resources.
Good.
Um, If we're talking nationally, that means I'm gonna have to flip up my phone.
Yeah.
The National Crisis Center.
Oh,
Have you ever heard about that?
I haven't. I didn't know there was one. I haven't heard about it, but I'm used to kind of
So
thinking about government.
like sometimes it's a hate crime why people get raped. I don't like to use that word.
It's triggering
Assaulted,
sometimes. I understand. Yes.
assaulted. And a lot of the times it is because of that, based on how you look.
Yeah. I mean, it's changing as I get older.
As you get older, like
Doesn't
you
happen
keep
as much.
yourself really safe though.
Yeah, and I've learned a lot about how to keep myself safer, but I have a lot less fun in many ways, and I have to be less adventurous than I
I remember when you and I, by the way, just so you guys know on the podcast, like we have been like best friends for quite a while.
yes, at
Like,
least a decade. I
and
mean, a long time.
I mean, I thought it was 11 years.
Maybe it is. Maybe it is 11 years. Because yeah, we didn't even meet in 2013, and now it's almost
No, no. Oh my gosh,
2025.
are you kidding me? No, we met in 2011.
No, I got married in 2011. That was when I was
Oh,
married Katie too.
oh, 2012, 2012,
2012 could have been
2012.
2012. Yeah, because that was the year she passed, and that was the year I checked in.
Yeah,
Right.
that's when we met each other. But by the way, Andrea's a, how do I say this in the best of words? She's been like one of my guardian angels, and all she has is good intentions.
Thank you.
I heart you.
I heard you too. And thanks for. I'm so glad you could join me. I know this is a painful topic, but I'm glad we could talk.
You can ask me any question you need to ask me. I'm just having guava juice right now,
Oh
so.
yeah, I mean it's first thing in the morning, of course. I haven't made my coffee yet, but I'm still
Okay, so
awaiting.
what's the questions?
Okay, let me think. In what ways would you say technology makes us more at risk, or then less at risk?
Way more.
Yeah, yeah, I agree.
Way more. The more exposed you are online,
Mhm.
the worst for your life.
I wish I'd known that when I set out for on my silly quest. Not silly.
Well,
Okay, I
no,
guess
no,
silly. My
like,
quest for internet fame
n-
to be true.
But if they're putting suggestive pictures of themselves
Mm-hmm.
or something that's naivete,
Naivete can cause a lot of problems.
and also they can find your IP address, you know exactly where you live.
Yeah, that's something I think some people don't know. I mean, I didn't know that until you told me. I didn't know that they could find your IP address, and I was just like, "Holy shit, that's really, really
Yes, they
scary."
can. Like they can know if you're having lunch at like the place down the street from me or like
Mm-hmm.
500 miles from me. They can know
Yeah,
exactly where I am.
yeah, yeah. That's scary. And especially, what advice would you give young women who you feel are in
Yeah.
danger?
Oh, young women. Ooh.
I mean, I know that's when I was most in danger of making bad
You have
decisions.
to ask me some questions.
You want me to be more specific? Like one thing I learned basically when I was young was that going off with a man alone who I don't know and don't have already pre-existing
Mm,
friendship with, not a good
you
idea.
always have to make sure that you have a friend you can call upon
Yes.
and share your location with your friend.
Yes, I was doing that when I was internet dating a bit more. I would put on my Ray-Ban Meta sunglasses and click them and record in the mirror that I'm going on a date with this person, and so the
And
gods of the internet know,
I would
basically.
also say I would also say that the police are not going to fix everything for you.
Oh no.
Sometimes it's going to take a long time because this is happening more and more frequently.
Yeah.
And it's sad, but it's true.
Do you want to
I
stop?
keep ble no, I keep bleeding on my eye.
Oh,
You not do you not see that?
I see a little. It's blurring.
No. It's been bleeding into my eye from the other
Oh.
eye. I'll go to the hospital later, but let's keep talking.
Okay,
Let's
okay.
keep
If you want to keep
talking.
talking, I'm here, and we can do this because we're only 14 minutes in. We got plenty of time. So
Okay, so I need to let them know about how bad it can get.
yeah.
Ask me questions.
Okay. For some reason, my mind is going blank on questions, but I think you just have so much knowledge and resources to share that
I have so
maybe
much
start with
knowledge
that.
and resources. Like, for instance, you might be ashamed when it first happens. Don't be ashamed. Do not be ashamed, but also the police sometimes don't have the best answers. So those numbers that are provided you guys are going to help you so much. Oh, wait, there's also the RTC, that's the Rape Treatment Center. You guys can Google it
Oh,
if you want to use it.
no.
You don't have to, but they're very, very lovely.
Yeah,
I
I
know
know there's
pretty
rape
much,
crisis lines. I mean, I've called some before.
and in every state there's a rape treatment center. And also, if you guys just want to like call me, that's fine.
Yeah.
And by the way, you can list my number down, or I can give it out.
You probably shouldn't give your number out on the podcast. Well, I mean, just for the sake of safety, but they can find you online if they need you and inquire. Maybe an email
I'd
address
be
if you
more.
want to give an email address. I don't know what you feel more
I never check my emails.
comfortable. Okay, then not an email.
I've got thousands and thousands. My number is 310-746-6909.
Okay. Yes. So if you need help, if you're victimized, this is Alicia Pulver, and she has so much love and empathy.
I mean, it takes a lot of courage, by the way, to admit that you've had a sexual assault. Sometimes you don't understand it. You don't
Yes.
know what to do with it, but it's just like, was there something wrong with me? And then you have to know that your body is a temple. You have your body's a temple and it's been violated. And maybe you guys could help us stop the process, you
I
know?
hope so. I hope so. I mean, I
I
know that
mean,
one thing
I
I've
don't know.
experienced with my body's reaction to it is that I can't masturbate for about a year afterwards because my body just goes to that place.
Mine goes the opposite.
Yeah, but it depends.
It depends like
Yeah, I
person to
mean,
person.
when I think about sexual assault, I mean, it's happened to me so many times that I've forgotten how many because I block it out. That's
But well, then again,
there's that
there's
loss in
like
it.
different categories of sexual assault.
Right, and there's different categories. There's different ways of thinking about it. And I just, at a certain point, I'm just like, just go into the dark recesses of my subconscious and stay there, so I can live my life, and so I
And
can make.
I don't think that you should ever have to feel that way. I think that
I
every
wish,
day,
I wish they had those things hadn't happened to me, but they did. They did.
when
And
they happen, and then you have to go. Okay,
mostly when I was younger, mostly when I drank, when I, would go places alone with strange men and the party or whatever. And
but
yeah, I
nobody.
mean, some of it was just
You
youth and
lived like the
partying.
Studio 54
I
life
did. I
of
did kind
San
of live the
Francisco.
Studio 54 lifestyle for a while. It was a
San
good
Francisco.
time, but it can only go on for so long. I'm glad I'm settled and stable and sober now.
And she like, by the way, Andrea, her credentials are amazing. And if you ever want an amazing painting of you, that's the girl to call.
I don't do things for pay, but I do them for love and for inspiration.
I know I had an inspiration,
What was
and it
that
was
about?
about abuse. And
Ah,
a lot of people are going to be too afraid to even call.
yeah, this is true. I mean, people are afraid, but I think sharing resources. I mean, even just the rape crisis lines I call. Not all of them
All
have
the
been the
reason.
best, but sometimes they're really helpful. Just to let it out, just to tell someone.
I mean, if you want to ask more questions,
Okay, I'm thinking.
how naive it made me feel.
Yeah, it made me feel naive too, because I went away to college at 19, and I really hadn't experienced much of the world. I thought I had, but I hadn't, and I learned a lot quickly.
And it doesn't, it could be in your own hometown.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, some of the things that happened just down the street from where my house was, some in my college campus.
I mean,
I mean,
that's very sad.
it's very sad. It's been a while. I mean, I noticed since I started internet dating I was celibate for a long time.
And by the way, they need to know about the different internet dating sites that can be very dangerous.
Right, right. Like Bumble, I would say is a good one. That's the one I use primarily.
Well,
That's the one I use
Bumble,
most.
the
But
thing is,
it's not perfect.
just don't go on Grinder. No longer go on Tinder.
Okay, good to know. Good to know because I wasn't sure. I mean,
Okay, so no Grinders for males on males,
yeah,
but they
right
want it
for guys.
like
Yeah,
you
guys.
can meet in a bathroom or
You can just
whatever.
meet and go at it.
And I mean, I haven't tried any of the other ones. I mean,
I've
I
tried
can.
plenty of fish, but the woman I met there was
Oh,
very not
Plenty of fish is
the one
lame.
I should have been with. So I've
I
found with
mean,
Bumble
maybe
I
some
need.
people will find the love of their life on Plenty of Fish. Some people will find it on Match.com.
Yeah, there are a lot. I mean,
eHarmony is like purchase a husband today.
right, order one. But like, I
No,
find
that's
that
my mom
what I
did.
didn't realize when I first started doing that was that nowadays people put drugs in drinks, and when I was young and going to
That's
clubs, they
called
didn't do that. But now really they
That's
do.
called GHB.
And I didn't have the wherewithal to pay attention to that. So when it happened, I was like, oh, why can't I move? This is weird.
Yeah, well, it happens all of a sudden. All of a sudden, you're like,
Yeah. And,
and,
in a normal sexual
and,
encounter, I don't tend to just be lying there like a dead person. Oh, how do we
well,
forget that?
no one ever wants to do that.
No.
Duh.
I mean,
But it depends how many catfalls they do.
right, right. And I wasn't drunk because
So
I don't drink. I don't,
yeah, but a
but
catful, like a catful of like soda pop,
oh, yeah, I'd had a slushy from a casino vending machine, and I hadn't been
and like
watching who could get it. So,
this is a catful.
yeah.
It's a cap.
Oh God, yeah. And I realized I have to be more careful when it comes to these things because That's
You
dangerous, and
don't the world out there.
the world is dangerous. Meeting up with strangers.
It's dangerous, but you need to know, like, if they're bringing you, like, oh, you wanted a soda pop, you should always go get it.
Yeah, yeah. Because I remember the old protocol used to be like if a man buys you a drink, it's a gesture of
Which is
courtship. But
kind of
nowadays, nowadays you have to be a lot more careful and a lot more
it's
cautious.
about to be 2025. Like,
Yeah, it's 2025 almost. It's the waning days of 2024, and
I mean, like, the one thing that I would like us to our generation
yeah,
is that if you've gotten out of a relationship, I can see that you can trust fast and think that you're in love fast. You have to do your due diligence.
yeah. Due diligence is really important. I mean, Google people. If you meet them online, ask for their last name so you can look them up and check their social media and just kind of see what they're about.
I mean, just watch the series of Dear John.
Okay.
That was my friend's neighbor.
Wow. Yeah.
So, Dear John, he pretended he was somebody else the entire time.
Wow. That's kind of what my
And then he tried to kill one of the daughters.
oh
And
really
he's he just made up all these lies after lies. That's gonna probably the next series you're gonna watch, I'm sure, Andre.
yeah, lies are bad,
But the
especially
thing
for the
is that there's wolf in sheep's clothing that you don't really get. It's just like, especially if you're going out to be social, because it's like I'm just so tired of just being by myself. Like,
yeah, same. It's like I spend a lot of time sitting around my house, and I'm like,
but I mean,
basically go out,
I've got a spectacular dog.
do stuff, but I don't want to go out by myself because Reno is a dangerous place where I live, and I don't know the terrain, I don't know the neighborhoods apart from my dogs.
I'm only gonna be in Los Angeles for that much longer.
Yeah,
And you would think that living in Westwood, that's
mm.
right below Brentwood,
Yeah, it's a nice area.
that I would be safe. I can't believe I just inflated my cheeks that much.
Oh,
It's probably from the guava juice. Who knows? And also, so another thing I need to say, if you're hurt, you have to go into the ER. Like, if you're actually hurt, you don't have to be. If you feel that you need to be, at least let them swipe you and they don't know what else happened to your body. It's gonna feel worse than the first thing. It really will. But you know what? You've got my number. You can contact Andrea at any time.
yeah.
And the whole thing about this is just like we need to stop this cycle.
Yes, to stop the cycle of women being victimized, and men too, but women especially. I mean, it's just
Well, a lot of my gay men friends,
oh yeah, yeah. That's
you know, like, it West Hollywood is just right around the corner from me. And by the way, there's actual women's shelters now. I don't know about men's shelters. I'm not quite sure about that, but they're all over the U.S. and we're trying just to put our foot down and say, not again.
yeah. We won't go back. I mean,
Not
actually,
basically, never again can people take advantage of our bodies.
yes.
Like,
I
you get
don't
to
want to be
own
taken advantage.
you get to own your body.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I gave you guys my cell phone number, so
That was
you just have to own your own body. And I know it feels like crap. It really does. Pardon my French, but it really doesn't feel good.
no. I mean, it's honest and it's real, and I don't. I think they let us swear on here. If they don't, they'll blur it out. So The software does that. All right, I think we're both.
No, you. I think you have to a couple more
Is there more
questions for
you want to
me.
share? We have time, but
You,
I'm
you,
a little
you,
triggered.
you've got to. You've got some questions you have to ask me.
Okay, okay, okay. When did you find that you were the most not in danger? Because I know you mentioned Europe having fewer stalkers.
When I first got my dog,
Ah, okay. So dogs are a big thing. Yes, that makes sense.
but not everyone can have a dog.
No, no. So once my cats goes,
And also when I had my best friend.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Having friends, having contact people, having people you can check in with
Well,
if you
when
go
I
on
was
a date
younger,
or when you go
let's
somewhere.
see. Let's see. When I was in Paris, I was what, 14 and a half, and I felt like these girls really cared about me.
Mhm.
I was like, I think they're like really like cool friends of mine. We still talk here and there, and they probably have some great advice as well.
I know that for models, especially women in the public eye, it's especially endemic and just a horrible
Well, it's
thing.
not.
But so
No,
it's
it's
so
not.
much work to get yourself to that point, and then
I
to get
think it's
that
more with. I
terrible.
think it's more in the acting world,
Acting, yeah, yeah, acting too, definitely. I mean,
but also
that's a big one.
it's in every world.
Hmm.
And like if I could prevent one person from not being assaulted,
Yes.
I would feel like my life was complete
Mm.
because the way that it makes you feel all over your body is horrible. You
It's
don't
really
want to
horrible.
you don't want to shower, you don't want to shave, you don't want to do anything. You're like, "Oh,
No, you
I'm
just
just
be shut down and just want to like.
it doesn't feel like it's your body anymore because somebody took advantage of you. It's one thing if you're willingly want to have a like intercourse with someone, there's a difference when somebody violates you.
Right, like this thing I was telling you about with the drink that I think may have been drugged. I was planning on having one,
I'm sure it was
anyway, so it
GHB.
wasn't that big of a deal to me. But I was like, so this is what being roofied is like. This is really to your disadvantage, dude, because I'm a lot more fun when I can move. But if in a different circumstance, however, it would have been really horrible if I had gotten
Well, you're so gorgeous. Like maybe he didn't think that he had a chance with you.
maybe I don't know. I mean, it was
But
also a moment when I
but
was
you know
being
what?
rather impetuous and going
You,
off with someone I
you
didn't
can go ahead
hadn't
and buy on Amazon like dipsticks for your urine, but they only last for 1 day.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't think I'll bother with that. I'm trying to be more careful and conscientious with what I do and where I go.
No, it's not what you do. I think you do like great things in your life.
Oh,
Like
thank
you're gonna write my autobiography.
you. Hopefully.
Well, or my biography.
We'll have to work together on that. Yeah, that'll be good.
But by the way, never ever trust. Also, food,
Yeah. Oh my God, they drug food, don't you? Oh God, that's
especially if they're in LA
horses.
or New York or if they're in New Orleans.
Oh
Oh,
wow.
hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've
And,
heard that
and
Reno has a lot of sex trafficking, and that's really scary. Really scary. Like, oh.
it's not really scary, it's really happening.
It's really happening. And I would like to hope I'm
But,
too old, but you never
I
know.
mean, like, neither of us are that strong.
Right, right. I'm 5'4". I'm not that. I
Well, you know, I can
physical
get.
fighting
I
is
mean,
not my
I
forte.
can get quite a few friends possibly behind me because
That's
this could be a huge movement.
yes, yes. I mean,
What should we
they
call it?
kept the night marches in college when I was there, and there's
It should be called own yourself.
own yourself. I think that's important. That's an important message on so many levels.
Own yourself. Your body is your purity, and when people try and harm that, they're taking ownership of you. Like, because that can be an acronym too.
Oh yes,
We can get an LLC for it too.
Oh, but then
OYM.
we'll have to pay taxes, and that's always complicated.
I can pay it. I can pay the taxes.
Okay.
It's literally it's nothing. OYM.
Oh, yeah, right on.
Own yourself. Own who
Own who
you
you
are as a
are, own
person.
what you are. I found that just in my life because I have a lot of
Because
stigmatizing
also
already.
I would like to launch this to the LGBTQ community.
Oh, yeah. Because we have to
Because
deal with that too. LGBTQ people have to deal with it a lot too.
well, one of the most horrible things is that this is happening every day, everywhere, every minute.
Awful. It's so painful.
But they should know that there's a place to rely on.
Mhm.
You know, like they should know that there's people that care.
Yes, absolutely.
And I have a lot of resources and they can give more resources, you know.
Yeah, Google is your friend.
It
Yes. No, I do.
but like look, I'm not like an evil human being. I'm
No, not at
sorry.
all. Not at all.
I've got 2 tattoos on my entire body.
I have like a million tattoos on my body, but I'm not an evil person either.
Oh,
I
well, no, I was like questions when I was at the police station, just so you guys know. They're like, why do you have tattoos? And I was like, well, my father passed away, and
aggressive.
that's
Like,
one
why
of
not
them.
have tattoos? Oh
And
yeah,
I
I
was,
remember you talked to. I wanted to get those.
and then this is "Don't Cry" by Guns N' Roses, the
Oh,
beginning of
that's
the guitar lyrics.
cool. Those are really cool.
I mean, I don't have like abrasive tattoos. I don't
Yeah, I
have
have
like,
like let's. It always gets hard to show them here, but you can see I have almost full sleeves, but kind of
you're
separate.
almost fully sleeved.
I am. Yeah, that's. Is that one over? Oh, yeah. There's one up there.
You
There
should
we
complete
go.
if you want to complete the sleeves. I
Yeah, all
think
I
that
would
you
need
should.
to do is put in just some little pattern in between, kind of linking them all together. I've seen people's sleeves like that that look really good.
I can draw some different faces and or just a black and white pattern.
Because I promised my
Okay.
parents I wouldn't get any more tattoos. They really don't want me to. So I'm trying not to.
Wait, just do your parents' faces.
What?
Do your mom on one and your dad on the
Oh,
other.
maybe when they pass. I don't think I wanna. I don't want to piss them off right now because they're. Am I wrong?
Oh, really? Have you asked them?
They are very against me getting tattoos, and also because of the COVID risk. And since I've never gotten a tattoo in Reno, I don't know the kind of. I don't know who the
I
good
can
people
send
are.
like my friend.
So,
He draws for Marvel Comics and
wow.
he's in LA right now
Mhm.
and he tattoos like that's how I got this one. Are you kidding
Oh,
me?
that's
I'm such
fun.
a baby.
Yeah, I mean, when I lived in LA, I knew good studios to go to, and there's a lot in Reno.
Well, I mean the best
But
one is the
it's been about 10
Sunset.
years, 11, almost 11 years. God, the tooth of 2025 is like right here, and I
You
need
would look so like right on with having like sleeves.
that would be badass. It would.
I mean, it would.
It
It
would.
would.
It just would.
So we're gonna end this podcast, you guys. And by the way, there's friends out there for you that are suffering as well.
Yes. Yes.
And if you need help, reach out, please.
Yes.
Please reach
Absolutely.
out.
So I think on that note, we're going to end, and thank you for joining us for Voice of Generation X. Until next time.